Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Whistle Thicket. It is July 5th. We got rained out of fireworks the last 2 days, so that wasn't fun, but sometimes that happens. But I'm not here for fireworks. I'm here to do an update for the Whistle Thicket Pumpkin Challenge. We have, I think, about 30 channels and people that are in our challenge right now. So we have a Facebook page for our farm as well. Just go to Facebook and type in Whistle Thicket. Our page will pop up. You will see some videos, some photos that we don't put on our YouTube channel, so you get a little bit of extra content there sometimes. So there's a few people that have signed up for the pumpkin challenge, not through leaving a comment on our channel, but through our Facebook page. But like I said, we have about 30 people and channels that have signed up to do the challenge. I am going to go measure my pumpkins, and I'm encouraging everyone that has entered the challenge to give us a quick update on your pumpkins. The only thing you need to do if you want is make a short video and leave it as a comment and a link to this video. So like I said, we're gonna go check out our pumpkins. It's only July and the contest goes until October, so we have a long way to go. But let's go and check out our pumpkins. We got us a nice pumpkin here. Let's check out its circumference. Well, that's about 18 inches. That's not bad for a pumpkin for the start of July now, is it? Scared out there, people? Okay, I can't lie to you people out there. That was not a pumpkin, that's a watermelon. So I'm gonna show you what my plants really look like. So let's check out the pumpkin plants. So the thing I did is I planted a couple different types of pumpkins, a couple different varieties, and I staggered my planting. The reason why is that I assumed if I staggered my planting a little bit, if there was something wrong in the environment, like it was super rainy or super hot, I would have my crops would be more staggered and I would be more likely to get a nice sized pumpkin. So a lot of my plants are in different stages right now. Most of them do not have any pumpkins. They are just growing out right now, but let's check them out. Okay, here are some small giant pumpkins I planted. Those are the most recent ones I planted. Here are some of the larger ones. As you can see, these have some sort of insect predator. So I hope my praying mantis does its job. Now this is another giant pumpkin I'm growing. I think my whole garden is going to turn into squash soon. So here is a giant plant. It's going everywhere. It's taking over my tomatoes there. Still, I don't have any pumpkins just yet growing. These are all pumpkins here I planted next to my corn. Here's another pumpkin, another pumpkin, another pumpkin. We are walking outside of my fenced-in garden to the compost pile where I planted a few more pumpkins out there. I haven't been watering these guys or anything, so these guys are more or less on their own, but they're actually doing pretty good. So let's check out these guys too. These are my compost pumpkins. I planted these guys right in my compost, and they seem to be doing pretty good. They are about to go crazy. I bet if I come back in 2 weeks, these vines are gonna be 15 feet long. Still no pumpkins, but I wanna show everybody something I was just surprised at today with a plant, and I'm pretty excited about it. Well, if you've been watching our channel, you know that we have a mini pig, and sometimes she likes to plant volunteer plants for us. She will eat something, she will digest the seeds, then she will excrete the seeds, poop them out, and then that seed gets planted wherever she decides. So we had a plant growing from her about a month and a half ago. I wasn't sure what it was. I knew it was some sort of squash. I transplanted it from the pig pen to the garden. Not sure what it was, but I am pretty confident she planted us a pumpkin here. I could be wrong. It's still early. It could be something else, but it looks like she planted us a pumpkin. I didn't even know this baby was here. I was just looking in the garden, and I parted the leaves, and let me show you what our pig farmed for us. I am not going to measure that pumpkin right now. I think it's about 15 inches in circumference, but it's in a really tight spot. I don't want to break it while I'm trying to measure it right now. I know it's not a giant pumpkin because I've never grown those before, so I don't know how she would get one of those seeds. I think she must have had a pumpkin we fed her from last fall for Halloween. So it's gonna be a decent sized pumpkin, but not a gigantic pumpkin. But I'm gonna say right now that I have at least one pumpkin that's 15 inches in circumference. But of course, to win the competition, you have to have, your pumpkin has to last till October. So don't get too excited, people, if you got a pumpkin. You gotta keep it alive for a couple more months. We are having some prizes for the pumpkin challenge. I'm going to announce them maybe every month as I think of them. So I'm going to try to do a pumpkin update every month. So this is July. I'll do one in August. I'll do one in September. I will probably do a few more in October when we're close to the contest. But for one of our first prizes, I am growing a birdhouse gourd plant. If you didn't know, that's one of my favorite plants. I even made a video about her. She's a beautiful, beautiful plant. I am going to make the winners. There's two categories. You have the biggest category in circumference and the weirdest. I'm not sure how I'm going to judge that, but I'm just going to pick a weird pumpkin if someone grows a weird pumpkin. But for the winner, I am going to make you your own birdhouse gourd birdhouse out of this plant. I am pretty confident that I will have tons of birdhouse gourds to use. As long as nothing tragic happens to this plant, I'm actually going to cover it in some more temporary fencing to keep the goats out. We also, right next to it, I am growing loofah. I am going to make my own loofah sponges for my family. I'm not really a loofah man, but if I grow it, I will use it. I've heard you can use these for showering, but you can also use them to clean dishes instead of buying store-bought sponges. I am not going to promise that I'm going to have loofah sponges. It's still kind of early, but there are some loofahs growing. But I'm going to try my best. If I get a good loofah harvest, the winner is not only going to get a birdhouse gourd birdhouse, they are also going to get a couple loofah sponges. So far we got 2 prizes. We got 2 categories going, which is the biggest pumpkin and the weirdest pumpkin. So go ahead and leave a comment if you are in the competition. Just let us know how your pumpkin is doing. If you want, you can do a pumpkin update. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. It can be in a couple days. It could be next week. But if you do a pumpkin update, just leave a comment and leave that link in your comment so other people can find it. And then I will also link it to the playlist for the Whistle Thicket Pumpkin Challenge. So thanks for joining us. We still got a long way to go until this contest is over, but I am having fun. I think my whole garden is going to become a giant pumpkin patch soon, but I'm okay with that. So have a great afternoon, and don't forget to get outside, be good, and do good.